Hi everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. So for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I'm a registered dietitian and I'm all about plant-based nutrition. So I recently got an Instagram message from Julia, and she asked me a really good question, so I thought I would just make an entire video about it. She says, "Hi Laura, I'm a sophomore in high school and I'm very interested in becoming a dietitian. I was wondering if you have any tips for me as a high school student. Also, is there anything significant I should be doing to be sure that becoming a dietitian is a right choice for me?" Excellent question. So I'll kind of break this up into two parts. So first I'll talk about tips as high school students, and then next I'll talk about how to know whether or not becoming a dietitian is the right choice for you. So my first tip is, if possible, take honors and AP sciences. So I took AP biology, AP physics, and AP chemistry. And so my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I did AP science courses. And do I think this is a must? Definitely not. You don't have to, but do I think that it would prepare you better for college in general? Then yes. Next is to actually take your science courses seriously, because I sure as heck did not at all. And I really think it would have benefited me in college to remember things that I had learned in high school, because I literally, in high school, I was all about the grades. I didn't care about learning the material, to be honest. Did stuff sink in? Yeah, I learned a lot. I went to a really good high school, but it would have been better if I had been focused more on learning the material instead of the grade. Obviously, because of the education system that we're in America, grades are important, unfortunately. In my opinion, equally as important to actually retain the information. Not that you have to remember every single thing that you learn, but remembering the bigger pictures and understanding the concepts, not necessarily remembering every single detail. Next, I would volunteer at a hospital. So whenever I was in high school, initially I wanted to be a NICU nurse. So I wanted to work with premature babies, and my dad actually set this up and forced me to do it. But I volunteered in a nursery at a hospital, at a local hospital, and I did that for maybe like a semester. It was a decent amount of time, but I would go there and help out and change the baby's diapers and feed them if they were bottle fed. And I learned that that wasn't what I wanted to do. You could shadow a dietitian, that would definitely be helpful, but just in general, volunteering at the hospital, because if you're someone who you're interested in healthcare and in helping people, there's so many professions that honestly you don't even realize. So once you get into the hospital setting, you may realize, oh, I really like the idea of being a nurse, or I really like the idea of being a speech pathologist or an occupational therapist or a physical therapist, or I may want to be a respiratory therapist. There's so many jobs in a hospital that I feel like a lot of people don't even know about them until you work in a hospital. So I strongly encourage you to go and volunteer in a hospital. It not only will look good on your resume and applications for colleges, but it'll just, like I said, it just makes you a better person. Next tip is to go on eatright.org. I'll leave the link below, and figure out which schools have a nutrition program, an accredited dietetics program, and see if any of those are programs that you're willing to go to. Because I know for me, Auburn was kind of the closest program-ish to where I'm from, and that's where I wanted to go to school anyways, and so it was quite easy for me to make that decision. I honestly didn't even think twice about it. But it is important to check out the schools around you or the areas that you're interested in attending and seeing if they have a program. So now I'm going to get into, how do you know if being a dietitian is right for you? And I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and one of the things that I think is quite unfortunate is that we're kind of forced at a young age to determine what we're going to do for the rest of our life. And unfortunately, if you're a sophomore in high school, if you're 14, 15, 16, even 17, if you're in high school, even in college, to say, oh, I'm going to make a decision at the age of 18 and I'm still going to be doing that when I'm 60 years old is quite difficult, and it's a daunting idea. I think it's very difficult to know at that age what you want to do. Obviously, if you're interested in becoming a dietitian, it is important to have an interest in food and health and nutrition and helping other people. But at the same time, I think it is important to have an open mind. In high school, I was interested in nutrition primarily because of my eating disorder, to be honest. That's really what triggered my interest in nutrition and health and all that. When I got in college, I contemplated changing. My dad's an engineer. I thought about being an engineer. I thought about being a teacher because I like the idea of having the summers off, and the type of schedule that would provide. I think it is important, if you have an interest in nutrition, then to pursue it. Hands down, I'm totally all for following your passion, but at the same time being open to the idea of, if you're a senior in college and you're about to graduate in dietetics and you realize it's not what you want to do, then don't do it, but if it is, obviously wholeheartedly go for it, pursue it, but be open to the possibility that it may change. Next, I would recommend, kind of like what you're already doing, is watching YouTube videos, finding dietitians, whether it's on YouTube, on social media, podcast, and inquire and ask them questions, figure out exactly what it is that they do on a day-to-day basis, figure out what they like about their job, what they don't like about their job, what they would change, and recommendations that they would have for people that are interested in this profession. So to answer that question, because you reached out to me, things that I love about my job: I love helping people. I love educating people. That is extremely important to me. Helping people live healthier lives I find a lot of value in being a dietitian, and it's a very fulfilling job. So cons: one, some people may see salary as a con. Money isn't everything. Money doesn't matter at the end of the day, but at the same time, it is nice to live comfortably. Another con: depending on where you work, you may have to work holidays. You may have to work weekends. It's not always just Monday through Friday. I've had 3 jobs. 2 of them I had to work weekends, and all 3 of them I had to work holidays. So it's just something to keep in mind. And honestly, with every profession, there's cons. Everyone probably wishes they make a little bit more money. Everyone probably wishes that they had a little bit more time off. So it's nothing that's completely isolated to the dietetics profession. Whether I'd become something totally different, my cons would probably still be the same, to be honest. So I hope this answers your question. If anyone else has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I love hearing from y'all. Also, I'm going to link another video above, that if this video helped you out, then I have additional tips on becoming a dietitian that could potentially help you out as well. So I hope y'all are doing well, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!